the story begins here. Boris has always been an evil alien, and it is his goal to conquer the whole universe. One time, Boris was hiding in an old basement, talking to someone who looked like a teenager. He says, "I'm doing all this for you, for us, so that we don't have to listen to anyone else. I will be with you soon, just be a little bit more patient." And then he left. This person he was talking to was his 15-year-old son. His name is Prayut, and he idolized Boris very, very much. Just like Boris, Prayut also has a time machine remote. He requested this remote as a gift for his 12th birthday because he always wants to be with his dad and follow him everywhere he goes. One day, Prayut was in Thailand since this was the last place his dad had been to before leaving for Germany. Prayut wakes up early to go to the year 1940, since Boris was secretly working with a famous German dude. He looks to his remote and suddenly it shuts down. He has no way of contacting his dad, so he got stuck in Thailand.
At that time, he had no choice. He could only think that he needs to be the prime minister, so he will be rich and be able to control the nation since he wants his remote to get fixed by great and bad engineers. He had to give too much effort for this. After all, his desire became true. He became the prime minister and ordered his followers to find the best engineers in Thailand. They found 5 engineers for him, so he showed the remote to engineers and asked to repair it as soon as they can. The engineers replied that they can fix it and do it as soon as possible, although they could not assure when this will finish repairing. But they are taking so long to fix since it was too strange and a new and known thing for them. He felt like he was living in a dead zone because he was pretending to everyone and too worried that his true identity would be revealed. Nevertheless, he wants a longer term as the prime minister till his remote worked again.
During his time in Thailand, Prayut tracked down the whereabouts of his father, eventually discovering that he was imprisoned by Agent K in 1969. Realizing that he has no power over this situation until the remote is fixed, the Prime Minister continued to build a corrupt administration with all the chaos and protest going on. Then on one regular day in 2022, the engineer succeeded in fixing the device. Leaving the country and the present timeline in complete chaos, he travels back to America in 1969 to the Apollo 11 launch date to meet and prevent his father's or young Boris's capture. Meanwhile, Agent J realizes that he has a very little time, so he concludes that instead of tracking Boris down, he would have to go straight into battle on launch site to prevent K's assassination. He arrives to discover that 3 Bullock deities fighting K, who was struggling to attach the ArcNet to the rocket. Initially, he had the lower hand, but through a whirlwind of events, J manages to capture Prayut while K shoots down young Boris, consequently killing the older version and restoring the timeline. J sets to travel back to 2022 with Prayut, where he would send a message of resignation to his office and hand him over to the agency. However, on arriving in the original timeline, Prayut frees himself of J's grip, ensuring in one last fierce battle between them.
He managed to fight back Agent J. They fought on the large crane. The battle was so intense. He used his gun and tried to shoot Agent J, but the agent can easily dodge his bullets. Prayut is not strong enough to fight with Agent J. Agent J tried to fall down from the crane. He lost his left Anne and Anna go into the prison, he always thought that he was the one who could fulfill his father's ways. He said, I'm still bitter about it, and I want to get revenge as soon as possible. He also wants to make sure no one messes with his father Boris' life again. He is very admired to Boris. Slowly, over time, he began to take the characteristics of Boris and evil alien. So he is still waiting for the time that he can escape from the prison and continue his father's legacy. He thought he was the one who could save the world by conquering, and he also thought like he was an angel from the outside of the world. In reality, he was the worst one on the planet.